this video today. Meditopia is a mental wellness app that offers guided meditations to help build mental wellness in your everyday life by offering guided meditations, sleep stories, and much more. I personally use Meditopia first thing in the morning as part of my daily routine to help me set a positive intention for the day. I find that listening to one of their daily life meditation tracks really helps me to flush out all negative thoughts and turn them into a more positive mindset that helps me to be more productive in my day. You can download the Meditopia app to your phone using the link in the description of this video and start your 7 days free trial now. Thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of the video.
Hello. Yes, it's really good to see you again. Just remind me what your name is again. Yes, I remember your face, but name is just totally gone. I'm so sorry about that. But great work in your interview, by the way. Really, really impressive stuff. I'm so glad that Victoria sent you down to us. I think you're going to fit in here perfectly. So, like you already know, my name is Amelia, and I am the Head Human Care Nurse, or HCN for short, and you're our new Human Care Worker, or HCW for short. And here we are in our state-of-the-art Human Holding Facility, or HHF for short. So today I'm going to be walking you through all the basics on how to look after the humans we have in our care here. Now we're going to be starting with a fairly easy human. This one is number 6565. He is male, 29 years old. He's been with us for 7 years. The blood hunter that caught him was called Robert Santiago, who's unfortunately left our service now. But 6565 was picked up backpacking solo in Ecuador. Nice, easy target. If you look on his paperwork here, his stats are really good, nice and strong. Blood pressure is 120/80. Heart functions are good, no current diseases, infections, although we did have to treat a mild case of gonorrhea when we first came in, but that's all sorted now. So other than that, he is normally well behaved and hasn't, apart from 2 stays in solitary confinement over the past 7 years, he's pretty much fairly well behaved. So enough of me flabbergasting. Let's go and see 6565. Hello, sleepyhead. How are you feeling? I see that sedative is wearing off. Let me get you a top up. Alright, just a little sting there to be a baby. Feeling a little bit more happy? That's good. Well, you may have noticed we have a very special guest with us. They're the new healthcare worker. Alright, and they're going to be observing you and me and what we do here, how we keep you nice and secure and safe and tasty. So I want you to be on your best behavior, okay? And
don't give me a hard time. Alright?
So yeah, we have to keep them in a state of sedation pretty much 24/7. Back in the old days, when modern medicine wasn't quite so good, we used to have a lot of escapees, a lot of like violent attacks, and it was just super stressful on both us and the humans. So we found that just injecting them with just a very mild dose of ketamine just takes that edge off reality and takes that edge off life, keeps them in a kind of constant stupor and kind of helps the amnesia along a little bit. Some of our human patients can get quite distressed when they like see our fangs and stuff like that. I know a lot of vampires are having theirs shaved away now, but I like to keep mine, and sometimes that causes them a little bit of distress. So we found that the ketamine kind of gives that kind of blur on reality. They think they're dreaming and so on and so forth, you know.
6565, what have you been doing with yourself? All your stickers have come off. You know I hate doing this. There's just no need for you to just thrash about so much. You know I have to calibrate the system every time one of these comes off. Such a pain. Why are you a pain to me, 6565? Lift up your arms. There's a good boy. Okay. There. We can see what's going on inside you now. I've got to go into the machine. There. Now, you're looking a little bit groggy, 6565. What have you been up to in the night or the morning? Because it's nighttime now. My nighttime, your daytime. Anyway, let me have a little listen to your heart, see what's going on there. You haven't been trying to escape, have you, 6565? You know how I feel about that. And you know what happens if you are trying to escape. Now, you can come clean and tell me if you have been trying to escape, but if you lie to me, I'll know, and you know I know. And if you lie to me, and I know that you're lying, that means I have to go and check the security tapes. And you know what that means, yes, those creeps in security. So tell me the truth, have you been trying to escape? And if you're truthful, maybe I will go a little bit leniently on you. You have. Well, I can't say I'm not disappointed in you, 6565. I thought all of that was in the past, but I will have to write this up on your report. I'm sorry, but you leave me no choice, really.
So yeah, punishment. That's a good question, actually. Well, we have to punish the humans when they've been acting out. I don't agree with it myself. I think there are more humane ways to do it, and depending on the severity of the crime, as they like to call it, depends on how severe the punishment is, really. You have mild, moderate, and severe, and there's a huge checklist and document that you have to read before you apply for punishment for your human, and you have to tick a whole bunch of different check boxes and stuff like that. Yeah, you've got it on your sheet there, can you see? So if you check the box that says attempted escape, but don't take any of the others, that's literally just the only one he's guilty of, and then we can match that up to the guidelines, and then we'll see what the punishment is. And there's a little checkbox for like notes, so we'll write in there that he confessed to trying to escape, and that goes down well. That gives him a little extra leeway. So in this case, it will probably only be like a mild punishment. When we're done here, remind me to show you the security room with all the cameras and the recording equipment and stuff like that. Yeah, because if you suspect that your human has been trying to escape, you'll need to double check the security footage, write a report, send that to HR. They'll send it back. They'll give you a behavioral kind of recommendation, punishment, blah 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 blah. It's a really long-winded process, and we're going to have to do it with 6565 here because he's been trying to escape again. And yeah, it's a really long-winded process, so I'll go over that all with you between our next patient, okay? And yeah, the folks who work there, the vampires who work there, are a little bit strange, you know. You'll know when we get there. So, what does it say on your form there? 6565 is ready for another blood draw. That's great. Well, 6565, can you believe it's been 8 weeks already? You know what that means, don't you? Time to change your blood bag. So, let's have a look here. Who on earth? Can you check who was the last person to do his blood bag? Things in such a tangle. Oh my goodness. Oh, I knew it would be them. Don't worry, I'll have a word with them. Can you just write a note? Thanks. Right, let's unclip you here, 6565. Put in a new bag. That's good. Alright, so if you just hold on to that for a minute, I'll show you where it goes. But first we need to mark up what it is and who's it from. So if you just write 6565, yep, and then what's his blood type on his form? O. Yep, so O. And if you look on the form there, any additions that need to be added? So alcohol, hallucinogens, garlic, anything on there? No. Okay, so if you just put nil, and then that's it basically. So you just refer back to your sheet, whatever the vampire wants in the human's blood. Obviously we would have administered it, but this particular vampire wants theirs just plain and simple, nice and easy. And then we'll go and put it into the refrigerator, and I'll show you where that is. Okay. Did you know this will be your 10th bag? I know. How exciting. Congratulations. That reminds me, you get a candy. Well done. 10 bags. Doesn't seem like yesterday I was changing your first bag. Oh, you are my favourite, 6565. Did you ever give blood in your human life? You did? Oh, good for you. So you know that we can only draw blood from them every 8 weeks, right? Well, we try to do shorter than that, but the results were not that great, and the humans got really, really sick, like anemia and stuff like that, because the blood hadn't replenished quick enough for us to kind of keep them healthy and the good quality of the blood. So we drain their blood, well, not drain their blood, but we take their blood every 8 weeks. And we found that they're much happier this way and much more healthier, and we just have to get more humans. That's the short of it. I mean, a bag of blood every 8 weeks is not a lot, and considering the amount of humans we have in this facility, it's not really that much to go around, but we're improving constantly and coming up with brand new ideas on how to catch humans, how to breed humans, how to genetically modify and clone humans, how to clone blood. It's all going on here in the blood labs. Well, 6565, I'm happy to report that my little machine over there says that you are nice and healthy. So that's really good. I'm very proud of you. What's that? Oh, honey, we've been through this 1,000 times. You'll eventually get out of here and go and live with all the other humans on the island. But look, don't worry yourself about those silly, silly things. It's time to get you ready for the day. You stink something awful. Ugh. So to get them started for the day, we always start with gentle exercise to get that nice juicy blood pumping. Now, most of them, once you kind of encourage them to do their exercises, they just kind of go along with it until you tell them to stop. But others, like 6565 here, need a little bit of extra encouragement. Don't you, 6565? Alright, I'll show you what I mean. Come on, 6565, you've got more than that in you. Move your arms about a little bit more, put some effort into it. I know you probably can't do an awful lot from where you're laying, but I've seen you do much more vigorous activity than that. Come on, we need to get that blood pumping. That's it. There we are. Very good. That's it. Keep going. That's it. Well done. Well done. You can relax. So now, after they've exercised, they stink something awful, and we have to kind of give them a little bit of a rough wash before they stink the whole place out. And trust me, there are some really stinky humans that we have here, and you'll know the ones that are more stinkier than the others. You'll just have to hold your nose and pretend like you can't smell them, because they really, really do bong. Now, we're only going to be doing a rough wash on 6565 today. Once a month, they get the full treatment. They get a bath, a complete shave, delicing, nails, toes, everything, everything gets trimmed and shaved and all of that, but they have to be completely put out for that. It's not necessarily for our safety, but more for their comfort. It's not nice, it's not a nice procedure for them, and we found that knocking them out completely just makes the whole process much more comfortable for them and for us as well. Are you ready for your wash now, 6565? Well, with all that exercise, you smell even worse. Ugh. Okay, so let's just wipe off some of that sweat. That's it. Very good. And lift up your arms. Now, your next full bath is in a month's time, but we'll have to make do for now. Now, if I trust you to hold this, will you do your... Okay. I'll look away. Done? Okay. Ugh. Smelly humans. Ugh. Now let's just spritz you. Stick something awful in here. Lift your arms up. It's better. Smell a bit better now. Looks like you need a little bit of a trim there. Your beard's getting quite long. I'm just doing this roughly until the sanitary workers can come in and sort you out properly. But you know you have to be put out for that, yes. I can't trust you otherwise. But we can do just some superficial grooming for you. Let's give your hair a little bit of a trim here because it's getting a little bit long around your eyes. I'm quite surprised you can still see. Okay. I can get the hairdresser to come in and sort you out, but they're not on shift for another 24 hours, so can you put a requisite in for the hairdresser? He needs a bit of a trim. Yeah, I can only do just a little bit of trimming here and there. Better, much better. Now, let me look at those hands. Ah yes, I remember. You're a nail biter, so we don't need to file your nails down. We can't have long nails in here, just in case you lash out, try to scratch us. But not that it would make any difference because you're human and 10 times weaker than what we are. I mean, yes, we. You know what I mean. Okay. Very good. 6565. Let me have a look at you. Spick and span, smelling gorgeous. Now, any other questions whilst we're here? Good question. Now, we don't do the cleaning. Once a week, you have the orderlies that come in and deep clean this whole cell. The human has to be knocked out again and put in a safe holding whilst this happens. You can't deep clean whilst your human is still in its cell because, again, it's dangerous for them, it's dangerous for us, and all of that sort of thing. Alright. Yep. Food, another really good question. Again, we don't administer the food or the drugs. Should the human need them for, like, they have arthritis, high blood pressure, cholesterol, all of that stuff, we don't feed them. The orderlies come round and give them breakfast, lunch and dinner. We're here to just provide the kind of everyday medical support and observations. You've got your specific meal times that you have to adhere to. Again, certain vampires will request that their human be fasted for a little while. I don't know why, don't ask me. And they have specific kind of things that they want them to do, specific activities, you know, all that sort of stuff that just makes no sense to me, but the vampires that own these humans are pretty strange at the best of times, so what can you do? Now, Sandy will be along with the breakfast tray in a minute, okay? Yes, and don't give her a hard time either. I know last time you threw your food on the floor. Yes, that was very naughty, and I don't want you to do that again.
You're already in trouble for trying to escape, so don't give Sandy a hard time, okay?
Alright. Any questions so far? Brilliant question. Now, we keep the vampires until basically they die of old age or illness. Their bodies are transported over to the morgue. They're completely drained. If there's any blood left in them, that's usable, that is. Their body is 100% recycled. Some of it goes into making certain medicines for the humans, but mostly it goes into their food. And it's kind of repurposed, reformed, mushed down into various different foodstuffs that the humans absolutely enjoy, don't they? Yummy, yummy. You'll have your breakfast in a minute. So, yes, it gets recycled back into the system. It gets fed to the humans, and then the skull, as you know, is sandblasted down and given to the owners, the vampire owner, should they request it. But that's a whole different department, and we don't get involved in that. But there is a little box on there at the end that says skull request, yes or no, and the vampire in question would have ticked that as soon as their human came to us. So just be aware of that. So any other questions? I'm liking the way you're thinking. You're asking some pretty amazing questions. Yes, how do we stop them from going mad? That's a really good question. So we have an enrichment team, Connor, who leads it. They provide specific enrichment for each of the humans, again depending on what their vampire owner wants of them. So we have arts and crafts, we have reading, we have languages, computer stuff. I don't know, I don't do computers. All sorts of different things, obviously within the confines of their cells, so we don't kind of necessarily put them outside because that would be quite dangerous for us and as well as them. But Connor's in charge of the enrichment team, and I'll introduce you to him a bit later so you can just talk to him about that side of things. But like I say, we don't get involved in that. We're just here to provide daily medical observations to each of the humans and report the information back up to data entry. But yes, 6565, if you have a look, what's his enrichment? Arts and crafts, wonderful. When was the last time Connor was in? So 6565 is arts and crafts. He's a prolific drawer. So let's just ask him and see what he's been up to. Now, Connor tells me that you've done some lovely drawings in your enrichment classes with him. Can I see one? Oh, it's just under your bed. Oh, let me have a look here then. I suppose you think this is funny. Yes, laugh it up. You know this will have to go on your bad report, right? I don't think this is funny at all. This is very serious stuff you're joking about. 6565, I was so pleased with you, but you've really disappointed me today, and in front of our special guest as well. I'm going to have to write this up on your bad report. So does all of that make sense? Okay, well, you'll pick up on everything as you go along. This is kind of a really brief introduction on what we do here. Now, if you look on your piece of paper, you'll find that there are certain checklists that you have to tick off. Now, we always work in pairs, so you have to sign and your partner countersigns and dates each of the checklists just to make sure that they are done and you've got a witness to say that you've done them. Then once those sheets of paper have been filled out, you put them into the out tray, ready to go up to data entry. Okay. 565 6565. I hope you're pleased with yourself. I've got other patients to see too, so I'll see you later on this evening, okay? Try to be good until then. I am so sorry about that. I really thought 6565 was going to be the perfect first human for you. Normally he is so well behaved, but today he just decided to be just really, really annoying. So now we're going to have to request a security footage check. I'll show you where that is in just a minute. We'll also have to request a punishment requisition as well. Again, I'll show you how to do that as well. But hey, I suppose in the long run, at least you'll know how to do these things pretty quickly. Normally we wait until like you've done your first week to do all of this, but hey, baptism of fire. I know that's a pretty horrible expression amongst us vampires, but it's true. The more you learn on your first day, the better healthcare worker you'll be. So do you think that you've got all of that? Great, well, ask me any questions should one pop up whilst we move on to the next patient. Oh, and remind me at lunchtime to show you our brand new breeding facility. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. So you know how it's really hard to capture humans now? Well, the team of scientists here have created a brand new breeding program whereby we choose the strongest males and females from our selection, and we kind of selectively breed them to produce brand new humans. I know, gone are the days, well, hopefully, gone are the days of capturing humans when we can just make our own. It's really, really exciting, and the little baby humans are fascinating. Yes. So who's our next human? 6566. Alright, makes sense. So they're this way. If you'd like to follow me.